Good morning, class. We begin we begin with the chapter Mineral and Power Resources. Question answers, exercise 6. Answer in detail. Last time we did till exercise 5. Now we today continue with exercise 6. 6.1. What points should be taken into consideration to make extraction of minerals economically viable? And the answer is on page 178, 179. Okay. Can you see the last 1, 2, 3 points written there? So you will write minerals to be mined must have usefulness. Number 2, there must be sufficient concentration of minerals in ores to be economically viable. Number 3, the mining area must be easily accessible by available means of transport. Number 4, the mining areas should be located near the market. These are the 4 points which are your answers, 6, 1. Yeah. Number 2, differentiate between open cast mining and shaft mining. Page 179. Can you see open cast mining and open shaft mining given here as headings? Now you will draw a line between them, and one side you write open cast mining, the other side you write shaft mining. Now for open cast mining, you will write when minerals lie at shallow depths, these are taken out by removing the surface layer. This is called open cast mining. Then for the shaft mining, you write when minerals are found at great depth, then these can be taken out only through deep bores, which are called shafts, and such mining is called shaft mining. Clear? So open cast and shaft mining, answer 6.2 marked. Now coming to 6.3, give the importance of iron ore. Also name the important iron ore producing countries in the world. Right, page 179, 180. Come to page 179. Can you see the heading iron ore written there? Mark, please. It is an important and basic mineral as it provides the base to other industries. It is also necessary for countries' economy as the per capita consumption of iron depicts the standard level of living a particular country. Iron ore is available in abundance. Only till here you'll mark, then turn over. Can you see producing countries? Mark from here. Russia, USA, Ukraine, India, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Sweden, Venezuela, etc. are the main iron producing countries. Till here is your answer 6.3. Marked? Part of it is on page 179, part of it is on 180. Did you mark 6.3? Coming to 6.4. Give the brief distribution of minerals in India. Come to page 182. Now here can you see, let us begin from here. Distribution of minerals in India. You'll write the heading. Then you write minerals are unevenly distributed in India. Maximum concentration of minerals is found in Chota Nagpur Plateau and the areas surrounded by it. It is considered as the storehouse of minerals. Storehouse of minerals in India. Peninsular Plateau is rich in metallic minerals. Jharkhand ranks high in terms of availability of minerals. After marking till here, come to the first one, Jharkhand, Odisha, West Bengal. Now, only you will write after that coal, mica, ilmenite, asbestos, chromite, bauxite, phosphate, manganese, copper, iron, limestone. Clear? Then you write Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra. You write manganese, bauxite, limestone, coal, then mica, raw iron, copper, graphite. Got it? Then number 3, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu. You write gold, iron, copper, chromite, manganese, lignite coal, mica, manganese, bauxite, gypsum. Then you write Rajasthan, Gujarat. You write copper, zinc, lead, mica, asbestos, clay, marble. After that, for Gujarat, you write petroleum, gypsum, copper, manganese, salt, bauxite. Then next you write Kerala. You write ilmenite, zircon, monazite. Then you write northeastern Assam. You write petroleum and lignite. Then you write Himalayan region. Number 6, you write as Himalayan region. This region is rich in coal, bauxite, copper, and precious stones. That's it. Did you get it? This is your 6-4. Coming to 6-5, name the 3 regions of North America which are rich in several minerals. Please write page 181. Now, can you see distribution of minerals in different continents? Now, in this, come to North America. Can you see that? Now, you'll write from here. You write North America with a bold letter. Then you write mineral deposits are mainly found in 1, 2, 3. These 3 areas you'll write. The Canadian region, iron ore, nickel, gold, uranium, and copper are mined. Then number 2, Appalachian region, coal is mainly found here. Number 3, Western Cordilleras, you write, it has vast deposits of copper, lead, zinc, gold, and silver. Did you get this? This is your 6-5. Coming to 6-6, how does the formation of fossil fuels take place? This answer I will dictate. So I will dictate in the end. Okay. Now come on to question 6-7. Differentiate between hydroelectricity and thermal electricity. Right, page 184. Then open page 184. Can you see hydroelectricity here and thermal electricity here? Just below it. So you'll draw a line, you'll demarcate it into 2, and then for hydroelectricity, you'll start writing hydroelectricity is produced by water after falling from a height. The force of the falling water is used to produce electricity with the help of turbines. The falling water flows through pipes and over turbine blades placed at the bottom of the dam. The moving blades then turn the generator to produce electricity. Mark till here. After that, please underline a few examples. Underline Bhakra Nangal, Gandhi Sagar, Nagarjun Sagar, and Damodar Valley projects. You write their examples and then you write things. Yeah. Now coming on to thermal electricity. Spark. Electricity produced by heat is called as thermal electricity. It is produced by petroleum, coal, and natural gas. Then you write example. In India, most of the energy requirement is fulfilled by thermal energy. Yeah. For an example, you write in India that the percent of electricity, 70% is fulfilled by, yeah. Coming to 6-8. Give the importance of non-conventional sources of energy. Right, page 185, 186. Open page 185. Now, I gave you the answer of the first one. You remember non-conventional sources 553, I think it was. Which answer is marked here? 510. So now right here 6, 8 also, and the upper paragraph would be just the same. The great stress, I will read out, great stress is exerted over the conventional sources of energy, which leads to their depletion, and their reserves would be exhausted if they are used at same rate. Therefore, there is a pressing need to use non-conventional and eco-friendly sources of energy such as solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, etc. Then number 1, solar energy. You will just write, the sun is the ultimate source of solar energy to all living things over the Earth's surface. Solar energy is trapped from the sun, can be used in solar cells, photocells to produce electricity. Only till here. Then come on to number 2, wind energy. Now for wind energy, come to this last section where, sorry, wind energy, first 2 lines. Wind is an inexhaustible source of energy. Windmills are used to produce electricity. After that, you just write in, can you see India is also called as wind superpower due to rapid development of wind energy. Only this much will be written along with it. Clear? Now, third point, nuclear energy. Nuclear power is obtained from naturally occurring radioactive elements like uranium and thorium. These fuels undergo nuclear fission in nuclear reactors and emit power. Only till here. Next, number 4, geothermal energy. To produce geothermal energy, the Earth's heat is used. Only till here. Turnover, tidal energy. The sea water rises and falls at certain period of time in a day due to the gravitational pull of moon and sun. This is called tide. Energy generated from tides is called tidal energy. And last point, point number 6 it is. How many? Biogas. Biogas, please mark, it is of low cost, easy to operate and makes use of bio waste, but it causes greenhouse effect due to emission of carbon gas. Only till here. This is a pretty long answer, just like the one we did for Jharkhand and all those minerals producing mine areas. Yeah, so be very vigilant while you're doing it. Be neat while copying it. Coming to 6.9. Why is there need to conserve mineral resources? Page 183. 183. Can you see conservation of minerals? Now this whole thing, I'll start reading and you'll just see the things which are to be marked. Minerals are non-renewable once they are finished. We can't produce them by any chemical or mechanical method. They are the backbone of industrial economy of a country. They take thousands and millions of years to form. The rate of formation is much smaller than the rate of consumption of these minerals. Mark till here. Then come to the last line of this paragraph. Methods we can conserve mineral resources. Number 1, to reduce wastage during mining by adopting, improving appropriate technology. Number 2, recycling of metals. Number 3, scrap metal should be used in industries. Answer 6-9 marked. Coming to 6-10, how can we conserve energy resources? Page 186. The last paragraph, that complete paragraph, is your answer. Conservation of energy is very much needed in today's world, as our economy depends upon the easy availability of energy. But it is difficult to harness energy as is as it is not is, it is it, as it costs a lot. Saving of energy is very much needed in the country like India, which is a least efficient energy country. We should use these energy resources in a very careful and judicious manner, as energy saved is energy generated. Clear? Now the last question, the question number 6, let me dictate and you write. The question was, how does the formation of fossil fuels take place? Answer is, fossil fuels are formed as, just a second, let me just repeat it once so that it is recorded, then you can come over. Okay, I repeat, fossil fuels are formed as a result of decomposition of living organisms over millions of years. Full stop. Thick layers of dead animals and plant remains are broken down in the absence of oxygen and are deposited on ocean floors and Earth's layers. Full stop. The presence of organic matter in fossil fuels makes them combustible and thus useful as source of energy. Full stop. Petroleum and natural gas are formed due to the decomposition of aquatic plants and animals, whereas coal and methane are formed due to decomposition of terrestrial plants and animals. That's it. I stop the recording right now and then I will slowly read